Well, hello and a warm welcome back to the TNC podcast. It's Jack Reeve, it's Chris Reeve. Norwich City scored 2 goals away from home and still managed to lose. That was a good handshake.
But I tell you one good thing, Jack.
Yeah.
December, Archie Mayer is on the calendar.
What is Archie Mayer up to nowadays?
Don't know.
Shall I have a look?
Hope he's well though.
Wish you well, Archie.
It was actually a pretty good game, wasn't it, Jack?
Bloody hell, I'm trying to have a little ramble about Archie Mayer.
But before we get into the game, whilst you search Archie Mayer,
Morecambe. He's at Morecambe.
He's at Morecambe. Morecambe.
Yeah. Morecambe are really struggling.
Well, that's a very topical club at the moment.
Yeah, Morecambe are
Swiftly moving
22nd in League Two.
Swiftly
moving
they're not.
22nd in the National League.
Swiftly moving on. Just wanted to start this podcast by saying thank you, don't we, Jack?
For what?
For the. Go on.
No, thanks for tuning into the On Al Hernandez podcast. We've just about cooled down.
Are you okay?
No, I've not been okay all season. We've just about cooled down. The Christmas hats, I can see behind the camera.
They're still over there.
And giving me slight sort of PTSD, I must say. It was a traumatic experience with those hats. But, oh no, what a delight.
Yeah, great delight. And also, so many people tuned in. I think it's on like 14,000.
It's on it, isn't it? It's on it. There were some juicy little bits in there.
There were.
I must say, I had to cut a few bits out. Had to get a little bit experimental in the edit.
There was, I think we've only had to do, two cuts to a podcast ever.
Who was the other one?
So O'Neill was one, but the other one, which was big at the time, was, do you remember when Gary Carser came on?
Yeah.
Gary Carser.
Gary
Carser before the show. That
was an awesome podcast.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed that because it was so rogue. Yeah. Gary Carser rocks up with his QPR stocked shot socks.
Still got them.
Yeah, still got them. Cheers, Gary. Anyway, this is irrelevant. And he said something like, "Oh, lads, like but he's a bit of a cocknose. Like, but before I start, lads, it's one thing I can't say today, and it's about what happened at Aston Villa. By the way, I really like Gary. What happened at Aston Villa. There's some certain things that I can't say, boys, all right? Anyway, so then he literally just said everything. And we were like, Gary, you're going to get us under like a legal issue here. But yeah. But then what was interesting about the NL pod is then afterwards, once we stopped the camera in the kitchen, he was like, we went for an hour and a half.
I know.
But he had more in the tank, didn't he? Because he was like, oh, I didn't talk about this, or I wish I'd spoken about that, or da-da-da-da. And he did hold a few things back on certain individuals,
maybe
didn't
a part 3.
Maybe there should be.
Part 3. I mean, he's awesome on it. When I'm chatting to him, and I know you're far closer to Onel than I am, but when I'm chatting to him, I forget that he played for us.
Yeah.
I just think he's like a mate from down the pub.
He's a fan, isn't he? He's literally a fan.
Awesome.
He is a fan.
And I think he actually forgets that he's a player sometimes.
I know. And as he disclosed, he wants to be the third member of TalkNorwichCity. So
yeah, well, actually, maybe we just need to up our performance to make sure that one of us doesn't get replaced.
Well, I was going to say, yeah. I know which one it will be.
Similar agenda to usual. Norwich City lost, so we'll get through
come
that.
On. It's not all like that, but come on, keep going.
No, I was really cheery over my videos over the weekend. Norwich lost. We have got a serious silly season now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's silly season. We've got Sheffield United on Tuesday, Southampton on Saturday, Preston the following Saturday, and then it's Charlton on Boxing Day, and then it does just go mental. And that's the period where you don't know what the day is, you don't know what the time is, you just know there's football and darts all the while.
And let's hope that the opposition also don't know what the time is as well, because we're going to need all the luck that we can get.
Well, I think...
And what else are we talking about this podcast?
Having looked at some of our defenders on Saturday, they didn't know what day it was.
And what else are we talking about?
Well, we've got some brilliant questions, as always. And actually, some fairly upbeat questions. And I'm glad, because I'm feeling fairly upbeat.
Yeah, you are.
You might not see it. You've got a new coffee machine.
That's irrelevent to
because it makes
today.
me happy.
Oh, right. Cheers, mate. No, thanks.
Really nice coffee.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Right. Where do we start? Should we go around? Look, generally, the performance against Watford, first half...
Let's get into it.
Started well.
Well, I think we need to take a step back.
Oh, how did you go back from that?
Team news.
Oh, yeah.
I got a message from someone, probably at... Well, it was like an hour before kickoff. So the team news was out. I hadn't looked at it because I was setting up the stream for the watch along. And the message read, Tony Springett's starting. And I just went and chucked my phone away. I was like, he's one of your mates.
Yeah,
Has a bit of banter here and there. So I thought, that's a good one. Wasn't banter.
It's just so funny because like the week before you were giving it the Springett.
It came true.
And it came true. The dream is alive. Tony Springett, 2 years later, starts.
I mean, that was the kind of Quenwaswa Boheta at left back moment. That was the Stephen Whittaker in central midfield moment, wasn't it? That was the moment where you go, ooh.
But not as bad as either of those two performances, I might add. Obviously, not an ideal display, but just ran out of energy mostly.
Ran out of energy pretty quickly. Yeah. Look, he looked like a man who hadn't started a football match for 2 years.
That's where we're at.
That is where we're at. I like the fact that Clement is giving these lads a chance.
I mean, Clement said we need to get creative. Blimey. I mean, you'd say outside the box. That's outside the bloody stadium, isn't it?
That idea is the type of idea you have on a Friday night after 6 pints and you're on a football match and you're going, all right, let's just...
Tony Springett.
Springett. Yeah, Eugene's a left winger, but let's play him left back and see what happens.
I honestly don't think a single Norwich fan would have said that.
No.
I mean, but there you go.
I said it on the stream. Pointless. One of my favourite quiz shows, right?
Rhythm is a dancer. Springett is the answer. You can play him anywhere.
If you were to ask me, actually, maybe even in a month's time, who started at left back against Watford?
You just wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
We're going to talk about whether he should start or not against Sheffield United later on, Jack. But look, that was big news, and that when I read that, I thought, "Holy Moses!"
Well, I think we're right.
For a long old day.
I think it shows you where we're at as a squad.
Yeah.
I think he probably did have a few other options to maybe utilise. I mean, he had one other option really, which was Kenny in at left back, or you start McConville at right back and Fisher at left back. But as you say, for the first half, that was one of Norwich City's best performances of the season.
It was. Oscar Schwartau looked absolutely brilliant. There was loads of runs. Marcondes was excellent again, might I add. Just looked really good. The opening goal was such a good team goal. Yeah. Pelle Matson, who by the way just seems to be an absolute revelation now, and I did have this slight fear, Jack, that home game against QPR was going to be that sort of flash in the pan moment. You know, when a player joins and they have like their first season and they have like one or two games where they go where they're like, oh brilliant, and then they just drop off, like nothing happens. Slimane, for example, with you last season, your player of the season.
Well, he's back fit now.
It's a classic example of that. Big up to ABS. Anyway, Pelle Matson, brilliant first half. And to be fair, most of the second half display against Watford as well.
I think that the remarkable thing with Matson, Chris, like, where's this energy come from? Where was it under Manning? He just runs and he runs. And he was absolutely everywhere.
Well, Marcondes says it's about their positions. So it's not necessarily just about them all of a sudden springing to life. And I'm not buying that, Clement does one bleep test with them and all of a sudden they're like ultra athletes.
I don't think it's that. I think it's more a willingness to want to do it.
Oh, no, I disagree. With Matson, I disagree. I think Matson has been told to play the football that we signed him to play rather than just kind of pigeonholing him in a role that's not going to suit him. He's clearly been... There's a fly in here again. He's clearly been told to tackle more, and you can see that again. He was everywhere again. Brilliant. Anyway, my point is the opening goal was excellent. A well-worked team goal that we're not used to seeing that this season.
Yeah, and I was saying...
Delicious cross from Oscar Schwartau.
I was saying it on the watch along, and I think it was ultimately the difference in the first half and the difference, sadly, for Watford's eventual win in the second half. We were just first to everything, and you saw it with that goal.
Agreed.
Schwartau does really well. It's a wonderful cross, but Sargent still has a lot to do.
Yeah.
And it makes the defence look really poor, but actually Sargent works so hard to get in front of his man. It's a lovely header downwards. And we've not really seen that. It's just those really fine margins of, bursting runs to get in front of players.
We've not seen that in so long. I mean, we haven't seen that in so long. It's cliche that the same, get it in the mixer, get it in the melting pot, get across into the box.
Which is fine.
Force a save, force a corner. Just put it into that position, pump it. On a wet, windy day, fly it across the defenders. Because anything can happen if you get it in the mixer. But for years, we've been doing this tip-tap bollocks around the outside. Like, just get it in the mixer.
Well, I think working the keeper is it. And actually, we saw with Watford, like, Watford have one of the best home records in the division, and their defence was woeful.
They were awful.
Really poor.
We made them look really bad defensively.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't take a lot to get some real results in this position.
Yeah, I agree.
I know we still lost, but that was the difference, and that's what made me so frustrated with this injury situation, because I was like, if we could have transitioned that first half performance, or even 10% worse, into the second half, you see that game out, you win that game.
Yeah, the fitness situation, the injury situation, we counted beforehand, Jack, it's 10 injuries for Norwich now. So it's awful.
And probably other than Forsyth, like all of those injured players have a sniff in. And
I think most people know, but I have this bad feeling that people don't realise just how bad the situation. Well, they do know that it's bad, but Dave Carolan, who of course was the former head of everything, sports science, medical, etc. at Norwich City under Worthington and beyond that, he shared a bit of data on his LinkedIn the other day, which I found very interesting. And the average compared to Norwich is an outlier by a country mile. Yeah. There's one other club that I think have got 8 or 9 at the moment. So we're so far off in that department. It's killed us partly, and it is killing us more now, I think, than it even was.
It's the length of the injuries as well.
How long
has Diallo been out for? And look, we'll get on to that second half, because I do want to concentrate a bit more on the first half first. Great opening goal.
Yeah.
Watford get back into it. And it's such a shame, because...
Awful goal to concede.
It was an awful goal to concede. And look, I suspect this man, Vladan Kovacevic, will get a few mentions this podcast. We've said it all along. Like, he has got a moment of madness in him, and that was his moment of madness. There's a brilliant... Well, it wasn't brilliant still, but it's an iconic still from after the goal goes in. And everyone's just... stood there looking at Kovacic, just going like that. Just catch it, because that's the thing. He didn't even need to. It was so close to him. You either punch it miles out of danger, or just fucking catch it.
I know that there's definitely there's a few questions about, or statements about big man Vlad. So we won't get too heavy into it just now. But the thing that I'd say straight away on Vlad is, you have to remember that the goalkeeping coach is departing the building. And people say, well, what does that mean? Well, if your coach is half in, half out, and then off, as a goalkeeper, and he's now adapting to Declan Rudd, who, by the way, I'm buzzing that he's got the role. Top man, great keeping coach, and will be very, very good. But that transition will be difficult for him. And you say it was a moment of madness, Jack. It's just a wrong decision. It wasn't like one of those ones where he tries to, chops it between his legs, or, gives the ball away. I don't know. I'm standing firm with Vlad. I have to say, was it a poor performance? Let's not beat around the bush. Yes, it was. I think 2 of the goals were entirely preventable, and I think most of it would lay at his doorstep, but. We need to get away from that a little bit, about kind of, singling out or scapegoating particular players when we're in this dire situation, when we've got the amount of injuries we've got, when the defensive backline is completely decimated. Vlad's got his work cut out. He's got his work cut out.
Yeah, you can always kind of take things, a phase back, and actually the corner came from that, our left-hand side, their right-hand side, all afternoon. That side was just getting pounded, which was a shame. But we concede, and the nice thing is now, Chris, on the flip club on, you don't think, oh, well, that's game over.
Yes, true. Very true.
The performance, once again, bounced straight back, good energy.
Yeah.
The defending for our second goal from Watford, I mean, it was statues, wasn't it? But, as you say, Sargent gets through, has a pop, forces a save, lovely, delicious ball from Marcondes, good finish from Schwartau.
And were you? I mean, I was watching on the telly box, and I was like, cut it back for a Mankwa. I was like, a Mankwa, Emi a Mankwa. But he found an even better ball. I mean, that assist from Marcondes, the way he just deliciously sort of chips it over the top to Oscar Schwartau to smash it home. Just a brilliant, again, just a very, I know obviously, Sargent forced the save, etc., but it was a well-worked team goal again, wasn't it?
Every time we got possession, it felt like we had a chance
something
to
could
score.
happen. Yes,
we were really, we were properly overloading.
Well, even at the end, Jack, when we ran out of steam. Sorry to interrupt, mate. Even at the end, when we ran out of steam, Big Max chance, which we'll maybe get onto in a minute. But my point is, we're able to create even when we are shot. We're still able to create now on the Clement, so that's really exciting.
I think the interesting thing was, I thought Watford were really impressive going forwards. They were really poor at the back and quite good.
Really, I thought they were really impressive going forwards.
Maybe not really.
What was really impressive?
They had quality.
Two of their goals were entirely our fault.
They had quality going forward,
but there was. I don't know about that. Not a single one of their goals I went, oh wow, you have to, oh wow, you can't do anything about that.
But what I would say, they got in good areas, they created chances. Yes, it was against.
We created more. We got in better areas.
Mate, just let me.
Why are you praising Watford?
All right, so we were shit then.
Just don't praise.
Shit.
Say we lost the game and it was our fault. Watford weren't that good. Again, another team that's been.
The league is awful, right?
I know.
If you want to take this on a negative journey, I'm happy to.
No. I'd rather not. But I'm
happy to go down that road. I'm trying to be positive here.
But you can't say Watford aren't
had
anything
quality
special
in the final third. It was a good header for the the second goal. Look, they had. What I'm saying is,
he's lost his man. Oscar didn't stop the cross. What do you mean he was a good?
What I'm saying is, it was a proper basketball game, right? It was end to end, and eventually Watford had far more oomph about them in the final half an hour. I think Watford.
No, we just ran out of steam.
But that's what I'm saying. That played into their hands because it was constantly back.
Yeah, but that doesn't make them excellent going forwards or whatever you said.
They weren't.
Are you telling me it's Chris Hughton praising the opposition?
They were slightly above average. And the average in this division is really shit.
All right,
so maybe what I'm saying is,
I'll give you that one.
They probably,
I'll give you that one.
Tactically, it fell into their hands because it was end to end, and we were absolutely shattered.
Second goal, Jakov Medic loses man. Oscar Schwartau doesn't stop the cross. What's your take on it?
So, again, I need to take a slight step back. He had to get Springett off. Springett was puffing after 20 minutes, right? Properly puffing. He looked like me after a park run, and that's not pretty. So Springett had to change. Now you've got a few options. You either drop Kenny into left back, and bring Jacob Wright on, which I think is still my preferred option.
Is it really?
Because I think McLean at left back is better than any other option we've got.
But then the midfield without Kenny is.
But I think you've got I want to see more of Wright.
And maybe, we all do.
Maybe he's not there.
We all do.
So that's what I do. So. It means that we've got to move Fisher, who was excellent, really good first half.
Brilliant.
Into
so
left
good.
back.
So good.
It means we've got to move Rory McConville, who was excellent first half.
What's his first name again?
Rory McConville, right? We've got to move Rory to right back. He's not right back.
Yeah.
And then we've got to bring on Jakov Medic.
Yeah.
Who's very slow.
He's adapting to the EFL still. He is, by the way, he is another Ben Napper signing from the summer where you think, not convinced. Look, on Jakov, I do definitely put him in the bucket of he's an absolute classic. You've brought him in from a league abroad. He's going to take a year to adapt, to get up to speed. But the obvious one is pace wise, it's concerning.
Yeah, I mean he's not quick enough, and I
thought he'd be better aerially, right?
Well, I'm not going to... Look, he's not quick enough. We all know that.
Yeah, I know.
But what I would say is it's hard, I think, to criticise Jakov Medic in that particular performance. He had, 35 minutes on the pitch.
True.
And literally every single position, barring Darling, who had to be a bit careful because he'd already been booked, had been changed.
Yeah.
So literally everything that had worked first half now is different.
What is all that about as well? I just need to... Another thing that I thought, that's a bit of a wacky one for me. So you're saying Darling needed to be careful. He got booked in the first 5 minutes. What's that all about?
Well, it was just a bit heavy-handed.
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand why you would not just sort of... I don't know, maybe I don't know. Well, maybe that's not that much of an issue. But if I was about to be banned, if I got booked,
it was him and Fisher, wasn't it?
I'd be a wee bit more careful, maybe. But maybe
I don't think you're probably thinking about it when you're in the heat of the moment. But it does mean we've got.
I know.
Yeah. But what I would say is, you've then changed your whole defence because we've got no left-sided players.
Yeah.
The midfield's had to change, and then you've got Jovmak on the right.
Yeah.
You've got eventually Chris Garden on the left, but Schwartau should have been subbed after 60 minutes, and not from a performance standpoint. But he was absolutely shattered.
He'd given it everything again.
You could see him
everything again
for the second goal. Schwartau's slow in. This isn't me criticising. This is just going, he's shattered.
Yeah.
Because he's the hardest worker in this team, probably barring Maatsen. And Fisher's not quick enough out because he's not a left back. So every one of those goals, I kind of come away from it going, I'm seeing improvement. I am seeing improvement. The issue for me is like, we've not got time on our side.
Yes.
At what point do you have a suitable squad back? And that's the concern. I think that, look, we can't turn the clock back, right?
Well, it'll be
not sacking Liam Manning after the East Anglian derby could prove really critical.
Yeah, for sure. But then I think not many people are thinking enough about the fact that we weren't actually able to get Philippe Clement any earlier than we did because he wasn't available at that time. Like, it was a real unique point in time. But you are right. There's no doubt about it. We should have sacked Liam Manning earlier. We said this directly to Ben Napper, didn't we, Jack? We said, like, mate, like, what's going on there?
Well, and interestingly, we haven't spoken on the pod since the AGM, but Mark Atanasio said, look, guys, those last 2 games under Manning, they were on me because I probably did hold out a bit longer.
It's on me.
It's on me.
The famous line.
Is on me.
By the way, big up to Coop and Duck, who released a very funny.
Coop and Duck, Hunter.
Yeah, that he slash they slash she even. I think it's a he.
I think it's a duo, isn't it? Coop and Duck.
Yeah, that's why I got confused. Anyway, Coop and Duck released an edit of Ben Napper saying it's on me loads of times. It made me laugh. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I mean, that it's the left side, and we've got some questions later on, but I don't think I've ever. Literally, from left back to left wing, there's not a fit player.
And then the other thing that really broke my heart, Jack, is Big Mac. He was ill. Big Mac was ill last week. I am Big Mac's #1 fan. Don't even at me.
And it must have been a serious virus to take him down.
Exactly, because he is an absolute beast. But look, he was ill. He didn't start in the last game. Came on as a sub in this game. Do you know, off the back of the NL pod, I've kind of remembered again just how difficult it is for substitutions, because they will often have 5, 10, 15 minutes. And if you're Jacob Wright, even less. And people are so ultra critical of you, but yet you've not had the minutes to actually get up to the speed or the rhythm, if you like, is a word that they use to quantify being fairly judged, maybe. Anyway, Big Mac comes on, and what a chance it was. And I was in that moment, I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. I can see,
because it was 2-2
I can see the TalkNorwichCity graphics being built as it was through on goal. I think, oh my God, here we go. And he just pushed it wide, and I thought, oh.
And it was tough because he's come on as a sub, as you've said. That was his first proper chance. There'd been a few moments where he worked it really nice down the right hand side and got some crosses in. And a word for Pollock, for Watford, who was seemingly just everywhere. Why
are you praising the opposition again?
There were 2 glorious chances that were just really. Because look, if we had Pollock, we would have fucking won that game.
Pollock, my bollock! I don't care about Pollock. Stop praising the opposition.
You should do, because he was
Pollock, come and join us, Pollock.
Well,
are you a Watford fan
I'll
now?
have him over Medic.
Why are you praising the opposition
Because
today?
it was a good bit of football, right? And I wanted to see that from our players in the second half.
All right.
Anyway, Makama, it was an intriguing one because suddenly he's central. And suddenly, I think, who was the one? Was it Malcolm that played the ball? I can't even remember. It was a nice ball.
Remember myself
off
either.
the shoulder. Off the shoulder run. Beautiful, right? Gets himself 1-on-1. I think that's the first time all season where he's kind of found himself in the number 9
in an actual position.
And he's probably going, shit, what do I do?
I know, yeah.
And look,
shame.
It was poor, but
by the way,
I don't blame.
But yeah, and seriously, for a sub that's come on ill last week, I give Big Mac some grace there. But that wasn't the reason why we lost that game, and I don't want to pin on any player.
The reason we did lose the game maybe was down to McConnell, who completely loses his man.
No, it's not, because then after that it should be stopped twice. By the defence and also by the goalkeeper, so you can't say that.
Well, I'm saying it was. Well, you're very argumentative.
Yeah, good.
Today.
Yeah, good. Because I've been reading the
argumentative.
comments and I want to give it to you a little bit. I'm fed up of your nonsense.
Look, McCarmer loses his man.
That third goal.
Well, it's
in
just a catalogue of errors.
But I know, but it's in the centre of the goal, and it's Tom Ince, the player that was begging to join Norwich that we rejected probably 15 times over his career, to score the winner. I just thought, Tom Ince.
The really annoying thing, again, is much like Oxford, much like QPR, it's another low cross, central, unmarked. That's the third time in as many games that's happened. I know it's come from the other side, but how are we in a position again where Tom Ince has just stood on the penalty spot completely unmarked? And yes, McConville, McCarmer should do better to stop the cross. Someone should be at least within 6 yards of Tom Ince. And then Kovacevic goes a bit sort of flappy-handed at it.
Yes.
It was a difficult one. It was hit with pace. Look, should he save it? Yes. Not as bad as the first one. Look, we still had a few opportunities after that.
But what kills me, and this is maybe, I might be skipping talking points here, Jack, but what kills me about that result is a brilliant performance, positive performance. But
come on, you can't criticise me and then say it was a brilliant performance.
It was a positive
performance. It wasn't a brilliant performance.
Did I say brilliant? Yeah. Okay, I take back brilliant.
VAR.
It was a positive performance. Overall, it was. Yeah. Yes, there was the Medic defensive blunder. He wasn't up to speed. Yes, Big Mad Vlad had one of those games. But overall, I still saw many green shoots, many things to be positive about. And actually, if it all just comes down to the things that are out of your control, which is partly out of your control mostly, which is actually no good point. Fitness is within your control. But the injuries, essentially that game, are we in agreement that if we'd had a wing back, if we had Crescene, we don't lose that game?
I think if we have Crescene, we win. I honestly think it's that simple.
But what hurt me about that result the most, Jack, is the next 4 games. Read them out.
Yeah, it felt
They're
big,
really, really
Sheffield
tough.
United away. I mean, Sheffield United away, Southampton at home.
We ain't going to get anything out of Sheffield United.
Preston away. And then it's into the Christmas period, Charlton on Boxing Day. I agree with you. I think even a point at Vicarage Road, it's momentum, right?
Agreed.
Back up the win against QPR with something.
Correct.
I'm fearful for Sheffield United.
Yeah, me too. I'm very worried about that. But if we, I mean, look, I'd absolutely bite your hand off for a draw. Obviously, I think this could. No, I won't say what I thought I was going to say. I'm fearing the worst, but I'm really hoping for the best. I hope that we can be defensively resolute. I hope that we can dig in, grind out a result, even if it's like a really shitty 0-0, 1-1, whatever. Don't care. Just get a point away at Sheffield United. That'd be massive because they're flying at the moment. Chrissy Wilder's got those boys going again. Shock.
Yeah. So it's the turnaround as well, isn't it? Saturday you've got Spriggett at left back. Well, there's no time to recover. And then Tuesday night,
Sheffield United away.
But Chris, you look back to the Oxford game. Probably, should have won that.
Yes.
Those are the types of games where if you win those, you can go to Sheffield United and go, okay, it's not the end of the world.
Agreed.
But we don't have breathing space. We don't have time.
This is
every single game is must win.
So I said, I remember saying, so I'm holding myself to account here. That week where we had Oxford at home and QPR at home was like so important. And the fact that we didn't beat Oxford was like bad.
They were awful.
They are shit.
And they're above us.
Okay, but they are.
Yeah, I know they're awful.
Yeah. I mean, they've willingly signed the Prince of Poland, which says it all.
So did we.
Yeah, good point. Anyway, so we got 4 points out of those 2 games. Fine. Didn't lose. Okay, all right, fine. It might not be the end of the world. But now you've got to try and... What have we got? We've got to get something there, Jack, because...
Well, it's the home games, isn't it?
Because we're still not in the January window. And I just fear with other teams in and around us, they're going to pick up points and we're not. And all of a sudden, we're going to be cut adrift again.
I think 4 points is like, okay, we can, a couple of games and you can overcome that. When it gets to like 6, 7... 8, that's when it feels really tough.
And it's kind of like, and with the Watford result again, and also with the Oxford result, like you can see, it's okay, like new manager, sort of getting up to speed, But as you've really, I'm very pleased, I've disagreed with a lot of what you said in this podcast, Jack. I'm so pleased that you've said, but we ain't got the time. We haven't got the time. We need results now. We need them. Because I see, and I'm kind of observing a lot of Norwich fans saying this, like, oh, it's okay, and I'm saying some of that too, but it's okay being positive, but we have to get some results sooner rather than later.
And we say about Oxford and Portsmouth and Swansea, they're not great teams, but you know what they'll do? They'll
they'll
grind some points out here and there.
Mate, we've got to in the next 4. We've got to get right. So here's where it's at for me. Right, Charlton at home is an absolute must-win.
Well, that
right,
yeah.
But they're no bloody pushovers. Let me tell you, and you'll know that from the NL podcast about their team, their talent, etc.
Work hard,
Nathan Jones,
in,
yeah.
will
For sure. They might be on a bit of a momentum of maybe poor results, so that will be like a game that they'll target in that game, and fair enough. Norwich need a big win in the next 3. We need a marquee win. And I say which is a bit of a sad statement when we're going to teams like Preston away, right? But you get my point. Yeah. Those 3 teams are really, really good.
You need a win in the next 3.
Sorry, they're not really, really good. Let me just check myself there. They're above average. So you're going to need to pull a rabbit out of the hat in one of those 3 games just to sort of keep yourself within grabbing distance.
The other thing that can... Look, I think under Clement we have a fighting chance of staying up.
Agreed.
Because I think there's a structure. The other thing that gives me slight anxiety is it's important we get to January. And I think we will get to January still in touching distance. I think we will win a couple of games from now until then. I do. But this is already, and I think it was one of the pundits on Canary Call, I think, saying, this is an already bloated squad, right? So you can't just go out and sign a load of players. You're going to have to shift some.
Yeah.
Well, you can't shift injured players.
Good luck shifting them.
So, I don't think that... And also, who wants to join you, right?
Yeah.
In a relegation
Well, Darren Eadie said that in the AGM, and it's a very well-raised point. Why would you join a club that's, looking like they could go down?
The thing we've got going for us in January is we'll have money, right? But I don't think it's going to be as easy as some are making out in January. So I think and also... How often we said, well, it takes a bit of time to get up to speed, right? So,
but it can't. But I agree. But that in January, it can't.
But that's what I mean. So, what I'm saying is, I think we have to, for the 90% of this work, we have to rely on the existing crop. We can't be relying on a marquee signing in January.
So, speaking of existing crop, one of our talking points is the defence, Jack. And I want to talk about this before we get into the questions. Okay. Who are you starting for Sheffield United? What's your kind of structure? What's your formation?
Okay, I think I've got it.
Go on then.
Fisher at right back.
This is what it was for the last game, by the way.
So the context here, we've not got a fit left back, although is Cristiano Mahova potentially back this week?
By the way, just for the record, this isn't Tetris, you moaners. This is my notes, all right? This is what I read to make sure I don't talk nonsense.
And you still talk nonsense.
Sorry, keep going.
Fisher at right back.
Yeah.
Left back. I'll go to left back first.
Spring it.
McLean. And I'll get on to why in a moment.
McLean
at left back. Darling suspended.
Yeah.
So it's Harry McConville.
Right. So who's right?
And then it's Shane Duffy.
So hang on. Let me just check you here. So you've gone from Shane Duffy should never play for Norwich again to now you're putting him back in the start. Let me just I just need to check you. Jack. Let me just check you. Have I checkmated you there?
No, because I know I've said that, but I think Duffy's a better player than Medic.
Wow.
On current sightings. No. Ignore me. Medic over Duffy. Fisher, Rari.
Okay.
Medic and McLean, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm going McLean at left back. Right, I think he's better than any other option. And there were a couple of games. I think I'm going to cite a couple of games that we lost, but there were moments. Derby away, and there was another one. McLean long diagonals, Makama on the knockdown. That's bit of hope. I'm really clutching here.
Right, Sheffield United are I'm going to disagree with you.
I love how we're debate. We've got one option.
No, I know. I'm going to hard disagree with you, right? Okay, because the problem that you've got, if you take Kenny, Captain Kenny, the mayor, out of midfield against Sheffield United, you are going to get bulldozed in midfield. The midfield, like Pell Matson, he's been brilliant in the last 2 games, but I think him and I think Pell Matson and Jacob Wright are similar-ish. I do worry that you miss some steel in there without Kenny.
And look, mate, I agree. The problem is, do you get bulldozed in midfield or do you get bulldozed down the wing?
But I would rather have a chance of stopping it midfield before they get to the defence.
So what would you go for? Because I'm certainly not saying that mine is right.
So I'm putting Rory at left back.
Fucking hell. How are we...
Because he's stuck... No, I know, but that's what... Look, he has played there for Norwich. My centre-back is... Who's my centre-back?
You've not got any now. You're going to have to play Duffy.
Yeah, I'll put Duffy in there. But who's my other centre-back?
You've got no one else.
Shit.
Because you've put McConnell at left back.
I've snookered myself.
Yeah, behind the cue ball.
Oh, good God. We are really...
You could go...
You know that meme of... in fact, no, I'm not even going to say that. It will get us in trouble. In fact, Dora, just keep moving on. Okay, fine. Right, so anyway, let us know your...
You've not even gone through it.
Let us know your defence. No, I've snookered myself. I'm going to have to go with yours. Because you're right. Who... I've got an idea. Adebayoga. Bring in Adebayoga at centre-back.
Yeah.
I'm actually half not joking, by the way. I'm actually being serious. He's been impressing for the 21s this season.
You know what? I could see Clement doing something like that.
Good. Well, I hope he does. Clement, get Adebayoga in there, right?
Adebayoga.
There you go. There's my solution.
Header,
there's my solution. Adebayoga at centre-back alongside...
It's like a quiz, isn't it? Play this at Christmas, guys. When you're bored over the Christmas period, go try and get a defensive line out of the current crop of... It's really difficult.
The problem is, every time I move someone, I think, fuck, we're then screwed there.
But
it's like, where do you want to screw yourself?
That's not the only problem, because you move one of the bits here, and then something up here breaks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is my problem. God, it's
you're trying to build a manor on the Yarmouth marshes, it's not going to work because it's moving. You're not going to get insured on that. Yeah.
Maybe I'm staying with Springer to start.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? It's funny, isn't it?
Right, should we get to some questions, Jack?
Yeah, Matt Johnson. Why does the fan base always feel the need to have a scapegoat? At a time when the club's finally got a lift, I see countless people going well over the top with tweets about Big Mad Vlad. The lad will be disappointed with Watford, but some people go well over the top. I agree, Matt. I agree.
Agreed.
I think goalkeeper's always going to be tough, right? Always going to be tough. And I think we've been really fortunate over the past decade to have really good goalkeepers. Angus's final season, bit hit and miss. There were, reasons as to why that was happening, but Angus was a superb goalkeeper. And the same with Ruddy and Krul and Rob Green and as far back as you go, right? Kovacevic is a good goalkeeper.
Yes.
He's a very good goalkeeper.
He's not a bad goalkeeper.
And I look back to Portsmouth when we won.
Yes.
Blackburn when we won.
Yes.
If it wasn't for him, we don't win those games.
Correct.
And I look back to some of the...
There you go.
Some of the other
6 points.
Very few points that we've picked up this season. And he was a big part.
Yeah.
And actually, the Watford game, 1-on-1, massive save, puts himself in where it hurts.
Yes.
Corner, point blank save.
He did, yeah. So 2 big saves in that game.
The first goal, yes. Okay.
Oxford at home. QPR at home. Big saves in those games as well.
The first goal, yeah, he should do better. The third goal...
He should do better too.
It's a toss.
But I agree with Matt. He's
a good goalkeeper.
Yes.
He's not George Long, right?
Well, let's get a bit of perspective. I mean, I was going to bring that up, Jack. Let's get some perspective.
He's a good goalkeeper, Kovacic.
If you compare him to another option... which could be George Long next season if we go down in League One when he's back from his.
Mate.
Why
have you done?
Anyway, I'm standing strong with Big Mad Vlad.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, it's in his nickname, right? He's a bit mad, of course he is, but we love him for it. Okay, if you put a coherent, well-structured defence in front of Big Mad Vlad, he stands a fighting chance. At the minute, he's getting peppered with shots. From left to right, through central, it's very difficult for Big Mad Vlad. Did he have a poor performance against Watford? Yes, he did. Was the criticism over the top? Absolutely, it was. Some people are comparing him to. It's crazy. I'm with you. I think we need a bit of perspective here.
We've got so many more issues.
He's kept us. He has kept us in games when they could have been 4 or 5-0 comfortably. He's won us points at the start of the season single-handedly, kept us from losing every single game under Liam Manning, right? So, big man lad. I'm backing the lad.
I think the other thing to say as well, when you're in a scrap like this, you need two things. You need players that care and you need players that communicate. And he's got both. He cares incredibly deeply.
Yes.
And he's a leader of the pack.
Yes, he is, yeah.
So, Kovacevic, I think he will win you more points than he loses you over the course of a season.
Yeah, I agree, Jack.
Joe's his statement, we will be more than fine. We just need a couple of left-sided players back, and the fact he's got players playing like this with so much fight, that speaks volumes. God knows what Manning was doing with these players. Joe, have you just put questions in here that I agree with?
No.
I think Joe's spot on, and I was saying it the whole watch along.
It's just that left side, because that's what Joe's saying.
I honestly believe it, because
you fix that and you fix everything.
You don't fix everything, but you win that game.
Yeah, I do think you win that game. Yeah,
for two reasons, right? You have a left back.
Yeah.
Tick. And when Schwartau is absolutely puffing, you have a left winger to put on. Now, why we didn't go for Kvistgarden a bit earlier, I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you have the ability to bring Papa Diallo on,
wow,
just fresh legs, mate.
Oh, mate.
Just fresh legs.
No Papa, no party. Those T-shirts are going to sell well when he comes back into the team, mate. Let me tell you. Yeah. And also to answer Joe, what was Manning? God knows what Manning was doing with these players. Joe,
generationally poor coaching around that.
Well, it is the worst manager we've ever had, isn't it?
I
think factually it is. You can't deny it.
No,
I think factually he is. Am I wrong? I think I'm right.
No, you're right. Yeah, and
it's crazy. Crazy.
Every single player, literally every single player, has got better under Clement.
Yeah. I mean, even Tony Springett.
And also just a vague...
He started.
A vague structure.
Yeah.
Like, I can work out what we're trying to do.
How have we got to this point? Anyway, here's one, Jack. A rave.
Blimey.
A rave from Callum Bayfield. He says, players were really unlucky, to be honest. Deserved at least a draw with that performance. Felt Sarge should have had a pen. That's a good point, by the way. He should have had a pen. And Makama was unlucky not to score. Another massively improved performance from the lads. Onwards and upwards. I tell you what, Callum, he's feeling positive.
Yeah, and I can see why. Because, it was improved. You can't just keep going, we were unlucky and it was improved. It has to change at some point. But, yeah, I like Clement a lot. I really do, and I like what I heard from the owners in midweek in the AGM. We just like this injury thing and that's why I don't like the word unlucky, because a lot of it is our own doing.
Yes.
So I don't think it's unlucky. I think it's you make your own luck. But there was enough in that performance. And I agree with Callum to give me hope.
Hope. Belief, optimism, it's so back under Philippe Clement, and I really do think now we are on the cusp. I say this, I think we're on the cusp of officially turning the corner. In the next 3 games, we need one big win, right? And if one big win in the next 3 games could change the fortunes of our entire season, because it is backs against the wall right now. Okay, 10 players out injured. You go away to Sheffield United. Oh, that is a horrendous game to get right now, okay? Imagine getting something from there, what that could do for the lads. But at least now as fans, we believe that we can get something. We go behind. We believe that we will find a way. Important. Even against Watford, as we've said previously in this conversation, Jack, Big Mac finds himself one-on-one with a goalkeeper, and if we score that, I think Watford collapse.
And it's funny because I don't actually think the performance from Watford to the QPR games were much different. Like, I think they were I think Watford are better than QPR, and that's a little bit different. We got a bit of luck against QPR, and we didn't against Watford.
Yeah,
I think that is, it's fine margin. So just keep putting in a level, keep working hard, keep fighting for each other. And I think you will pick up enough points from now until the end of the season to hopefully be fine.
Al the Win says, Clement is a top manager, but we can't afford to make a habit of losing games. We should be winning. This is the thing, Jack.
Also fair enough.
How many times have we had those opportunities?
Also,
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Fair enough. For me, what's Clement had out? 4 games? I think the one that hurt the most for me was that Oxford one, because they were so poor.
That was such a stinger, wasn't it?
That was a real gut punch.
Yeah.
And I just desperately hope that we don't look back
Yeah, no,
at the end of the season going.
I do agree with you massively. Sam Adamson says, statement, I'm really angry with that second half performance. It was appalling. However, with some of those performances in the first half, then Maatsen once again in the second half, no fear that relegation is indeed not an option, as staying up will be achieved. I mean, it really is now. It's eking from this side of the fence to the other, isn't it, Jack? Because on the one hand, I'm with Sam. It looks like we could, should and would stay up. But if you look on evidence, how we're losing games still, we're being unlucky, but that unluckiness compounds, right?
It's a
tough one.
Where we have been a bit fortunate is Pompey, Oxford, Swansea. That they've all been losing as well. There will come, just through natural fucking selection, there will come a time where Pompey strings are running together. So you can't just keep going, oh, we've lost, but it's fine because everyone else has lost. Look, and then this leads on to Dom Spencer. He says, Kovacevic at fault for the first goal, Medic at fault for the second, McCarmer at fault for the third. It's time for everyone to stop overanalyzing and acknowledge that we simply won't win football matches until players carry out their duties for a full 90 minutes. And you know what?
Yeah.
You can't argue with
I
that.
think there's a lot of sense in that. I think you can. I think you're right. I think injuries caused Clement to make those changes. Yeah. He had to make those changes because people were blowing. He could not make those changes. But who was that said that? Sorry, forgive me.
That was Dom.
Dom, but so well put. It was individual errors that cost us that game. All over the park. It wasn't about formations, structure. I don't really think it was particularly about, I mean, you could argue maybe fitness for Medic, maybe, but it was just because he was slow. But again, he should have been in the right position. He should have seen that coming, and we should have stopped the cross. So I agree with that. There's a lot of sense in that. You can go over and over and over, but actually, in time, these individual errors should stop.
Well, I think I do believe that just with consistency in terms of team selection, those individual errors do start to get ironed out. Because take McCarmer, for example, right?
Yeah.
He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper in the number 9 position, and then literally 2 minutes later, he's expecting to cover a run at right back.
Yeah.
So, what do you want him to be?
I agree with that massively. It's a good point. It's a good point to say on that.
It's tough for these lads.
It is. We are in the trenches, ladies and gents. Just in case you didn't know, Harris's statement: we will be absolutely fine this season. We do now have a great manager, but currently he's been let down by a team lacking quality, especially in defensive areas. We will see great days under Clement, and that will start next summer after Napa hopefully goes. Interesting. People still want Napa gone, Jack.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, the recruitment has been poor. Look, I think we'll reconvene on the Napa conversation later.
Yeah, let's leave.
I'm tired with that.
Yeah, let's leave that alone for a while.
Clement is a good head coach.
Yes.
This team is decimated.
Yes.
Something, that at some point those players have to come back. Surely we can't have 10 injuries for the whole season.
No.
But there is a time urgency about this.
So for Southampton at home, we will have back Crescene.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not going to play a full 90, are they? But it gives you an option.
Cordoba.
Is he going to be back?
Jose Cordoba.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to think that.
Okay.
Here's my next one as well. Chris Gordon.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Why is he getting 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there?
There must be a niggling injury.
Has he got a niggling injury? Because I don't think he's not fit. I think he's fit as a fiddle.
If he's fully fit, he at least plays half an hour.
Strange, isn't it? I'm not quite. Yeah, but again, see, even on that, you think, if we can get some more minutes out of Chris Gordon, then that would help us turn a corner massively as well. So.
I'm just trying to find the injuries.
What are you trying to find? Foot mob.
That's what I'm on.
Squad. Come on, Jack.
Just
whilst he does that, if you've watched up until this point, hashtag of the pod this week is Super Sarge scores. Okay, hashtag Super Sarge scores.
So
Triple S.
Super Sarge scores. Okay. So the Foot Mob's saying that those returning in mid-December, pretty much there.
Yeah.
Forsyth, who knows when he'll be back.
Yeah.
Crescene.
Yeah.
Schlupp.
Cresenne's the what? I thought Schlupp was out for longer.
This is mid-December.
Ooh, bit of Schluppino Ronaldo.
Cordoba.
Here we go.
Gibbs.
What?
Mahova.
When's Gibbs?
It says mid.
Oh no. Oh no, yeah, that's the date. Yeah, great.
So fuck, we're going to be fine.
The cavalry are coming.
So against Sheffield United,
the cavalry are coming.
Left back Ben Crescene, centre back Cordoba and Gibbs. Look,
I think the main one is Crescene, isn't it? Right now,
anyone left-sided. Schlupinho, anyone. Give me someone. Lewis Dobbin, January transfer window. Hello.
You're joking me, aren't you? You think he'd switch Preston for Norwich now?
Oh, what a depressing sentence that is.
That boat has left the port.
Say that sentence again.
That boat has left the port.
Bit before.
Lewis Dobbin. Why would Lewis Dobbin leave Preston for Norwich now? Yeah, I know. Fuck, that is.
It's dark, isn't it? That's really dark.
Yeah. Preston are just like
Preston.
Everyone knows Birmingham. Preston are Preston, aren't they? They're just one of those teams. And do you know what? Fine, this season they might finally do something. But like that is a sad indictment of where Norwich City have got, isn't it? I can't believe we didn't sign Lewis Dobbin.
What does make...
Saying that, he probably would have got a season-long injury with us.
Yeah. Have you noticed that to make us feel better about ourselves, we knock everyone else down? In terms of
well, not you. Oh, Pollock. Oh, Watford, you're amazing. Oh, Watford, you've got this amazing attacking prowess, Watford. Right, okay, so next week, I'm going to get you in my lug hole again, going, oh, Sheffield United and... Southampton, they're amazing. They've got this amazing forward line. They get themselves in good positions in attacking areas. They've got good XGA.
No, I don't think I'd say that.
You better not.
We won the XG battle at the weekend.
Thanks for watching this episode of the TalkNorwichCity podcast. Thanks for watching the Anel Hernandez podcast. Happy Christmas in advance. Why not? Have a bit of that as well. By the way, just quickly, Christmas. What's your Christmas dinner? Talk me through it.
What, this year?
Yeah. What are you having?
I don't know.
No, but what's your ideal Christmas dinner?
What's
on the plate? What's on the plate?
I'd probably go double meat, I think.
Double meat?
Yeah, I think
Would you go double meat?
We always have turkey because you just do. I'm not a lover of turkey. I enjoy it.
Clearly, it's not been cooked well enough.
No, I think
you can have a good moist turkey.
I know you can have a good turkey, but I think it's somewhat overrated. I'd probably go I don't know, turkey and maybe even throw lamb in there.
Turkey and lamb?
I don't know. I love lamb.
What about gammon? You into a bit of gammon?
Gammon's more of a Boxing Day meat.
Oh, you want gammon, yeah.
I have been called a gammon in the past.
Have you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the better things you've been called.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your meat. Talk me through the veg.
Basically, my favourite way to have veg is to make it deeply unhealthy. So just cover it in honey and then roast the fuck out of it.
I love that from you. Parsnips?
Yeah, I love them.
Parsnips with honey, carrots, get a bit of honey on them as well.
All the veg.
Just honey with everything. Are you a sprouts man?
Yeah. Roasted.
Are you?
Have to be roasted.
Well, obviously.
Have to be roasted, yeah. No, everything I'll eat. I will eat everything.
You will eat everything. Okay. Good. I'm really pleased.
The only slightly controversial Christmas...
God.
I'm not
God, what are you about to say?
I'll eat it, but I'm not mad on Christmas pudding. I'm not mad on it. I think they're a better dessert.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant. It's Christmas.
No, I know. I will eat it and I will enjoy it.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
Yeah, good.
I'm not
you will eat it. You will enjoy it.
Core. That's an unforgettable Christmas pudding.
Well, yeah, but do you set it alight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a bit of that going on.
Yeah. No, it's always always nice.
That'll kind of comfy. It's a bit like Norwich City, isn't it?
I much prefer Boxing Day over Christmas Day. Much prefer it.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I would rather be at Carrow Road than eating Christmas dinner.
Oh yeah, backing the boys versus Charlton Athletic. Whoa.
And with new, like, I love. Just tell you what I love about Boxing Day football: seeing everyone with their new jackets on, new hat.
Oh, I tell you what, I hope you get a new jacket this year.
I've got a new jacket.
Oh, mate,
I've got a new jacket.
Do you know what? I'm so pleased you're not wearing that bloody shacket again on this podcast.
I'll wear it for the next one.
No, you will not.
No, I'll wear
I
it for the
don't
next
want
one.
to see that shacket anymore in my life. You've worn it so many times.
And I'll wear it again.
Jack's family,
Sustainability.
please buy Jack some clothes for Christmas.
Sustainability, doing my bit for the planet, Chris. Yeah. Waste not, want not.
Pigs in blankets.
Yeah. Let's end this now. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Cheers.